Instagram has become one of the hardest platforms to grow and build a brand on. Organic reach has been declining for years now, and it feels like no matter what you do, nothing seems to be working. Now, if this sounds familiar, then today's video is for you. In today's video, I'm sharing the key ways for you as a social media manager to stay relevant on platforms just like Instagram. Hey, my name is Milou and I own a multi-six-figure social media agency, and I now help social media managers do the same. If you're new here, make sure to grab my free roadmap to becoming a six-figure social media manager that I will link in the video right here. Now let's dive in. In order to stay relevant as a social media manager, you need to double down. Now, what do I mean by that? In your journey as a social media manager, I like to compare this. You go through 3 phases. And I compare this to a visual of a funnel that starts wide, it goes in, and it goes back wide again. So starting out, you are assisting probably a bunch of different clients, different industries. You're kind of doing a little bit of everything. That was me when I started out. I was almost like a social media manager, VA, and I was assisting clients where needed in their social media journey, right? Now, as I got experience under my belt, I started to double down. And there was a time in the middle of the funnel where I doubled down and positioned myself as an Instagram agency and Instagram expert. I started to specialize in the platform in order to stand out from all the other social media managers, because people would come to me if they were specifically looking for Instagram growth. People would refer me, they would think about me when thinking about an Instagram growth manager and needed someone that specialized and really knew the platform. So this is when I actually started to attract even more clients, because I positioned myself as specialist. So doubling down can look like specializing or niching down into a platform or a service, but also into a client or industry. So this is totally up to you, but that's what I highly recommend once you get some experience under your belt. Now, once the funnel goes outward at the end, that is where I'm at now. And I serve multiple clients, multiple industries, and multiple platforms, because now I already have the social proof, I have the thought leadership, and I can offer more services now because I doubled down before and because I have proven myself, right? Now, if you're wondering how you even price yourself as a social media manager, I think that's the number one thing managers struggle with, then make sure you check out my video where I go over pricing yourself as a social media manager. Now, in order to stay relevant as a social media manager, you need to diversify. Now, we just talked about Instagram and doubling down on Instagram, but we all know you can't just rely on one platform alone. So once you start to get the hang of Instagram and build some authority on one platform, I highly recommend you to diversify. Now, diversifying can look like other social media platforms, but also building your own email list, right? So what if something were to happen to Instagram tomorrow? You still have a backup of other platforms or an email list that you can utilize. So again, for myself in my journey, I started doing this once I built a community on Instagram. I started to diversify and repurpose my content into other platforms like LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, even at times, Google My Business. There are all the platforms out there where you can very easily repurpose your content. I highly recommend you to do this to maximize your visibility, but you want to do this once you kind of get established and the hang of one platform, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Now, the best part is this doesn't have to require a ton more work than you're already doing. I recommend using a scheduler social media tool that allows you to cross-post content easily across multiple channels. Now, if you're still looking for a platform that can help you do that, I highly recommend you check out Cloud Campaign. You can see a video where I give an honest review on Cloud Campaign, and I dropped a link in the description below. In order to stay relevant as a social media manager on platforms like Instagram, you need Instagram to love you. Now, what does that even look like, and what do I even mean by that? Loving Instagram, right? Now, someone who loves Instagram will A, spend a lot of time on the platform, and B, make the most out of the platform. It's extremely important that you give the platform what it wants you to do. Instagram wants you to create content, spend a lot of time on the content, keep people on the platform, right? That is the goal of Instagram. So you want to utilize the features that Instagram puts out there that it wants you to use. Now, for a period of time, this was Instagram Reels, right? Instagram wanted you to create Reels, and during this time, a lot of people would turn their static content into Instagram Reels. They would do anything to utilize Reels so that they could spike their insights. Now, I don't believe that's the case anymore, but if you ask me today, the thing to do, you can do to love Instagram, so Instagram loves you back, is to utilize Threads app. Threads app is the sister company, sister app of Instagram that is directly connected, and your activity on Threads app will actually affect your Instagram algorithm as well, and vice versa. So you want to be on the lookout and see what these platforms want from you, so that platforms like Instagram can love you back. Give the platform what it wants so that you get what you need. Now, if you're looking for a growth strategy that will help you grow on Instagram fast, then make sure you check out this engagement strategy that I explain in this video right here. In order to stay relevant as a social media manager, you need to be bold, okay? Platforms like Instagram aren't dead, but they are more saturated than ever before. Now, this means for you that you need to stand out, and if you want to stand out, you can no longer play it safe, right? Let's say you want to position yourself as a thought leader in your industry, then you need to stand out, and you can't simply follow all the trends. You need to be the person that sets the trends, right? So always making sure you stay ahead. Now, what I personally like to do is follow a couple of different thought leaders in my industry and even other industries, so I can watch them and see what they're doing, study them, what they're doing well, so I can stay ahead of the game, right? The moment a trend is already viral and going in, it's usually kind of on the edge of being too late to be that person that stands out and is that thought leader. And this also goes for the type of content you put out there, right? Have an opinion. It's okay to bring controversy into your content. Don't be scared when putting out content. I know social media is an industry that can be very tough and have a tough crowd, but for me, I've noticed to express my opinion, that's when you really start to attract your tribe, right? Not everyone is going to like you, like your content, and that's okay. You're not here to attract everyone. You're here to attract your audience. Now, if you stayed all the way till the end of this video, you now know how you can stay relevant, even with platforms like Instagram or other social media platforms that may give you challenges in terms of reach, algorithm, and no matter what it is, apply these four and you will stay relevant as a social media manager at all times. If you found this helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you have any questions, and then I will see you in next week's video.